Hello, and welcome to day 6 of 25 days of Thanksgiving. Our passage for today, for our devotion today, is Psalm 9, verse 1. I will give thanks to you, Lord, with all my heart. I will tell of all your wonderful deeds. Psalm 9:1. I used to watch a show called Modern Marvels. It was on the History Channel, and it was really cool. I really enjoyed it. They would talk about all of these amazing inventions and amazing feats that people had done, and kind of talk about the story of how they work and how they came to be. And it was really cool to see these amazing things that people had done. And in fact, this isn't anything new. Back in the old days, like long, 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 long times ago, people would compose these epics, these fantastic stories of their heroes and all of these amazing things that their heroes had done. Well, for the Jews, telling what God had done was an integral part of who they were. They even had feasts throughout the year to retell those stories and to constantly have those stories of those amazing things that God had done in the minds of the people. And we do that in the church today. That's why we have a church year the way we do, so that we can revisit those stories of what God has done for us, not just to tell them once, but to tell them over and over and over and proclaim the marvelous things that God has done. And we do that in Christmas, we do that at Easter, we do that throughout the year with the many festivals and days that we celebrate in the church year. And we can do that in our lives, not just in the church, though we can certainly do that in the church, and we should, but we can even do that in our lives. And we can tell the amazing stories of what God has done in our life, as well as what God has done in the lives of those around us. And even throughout all of history, when the people would tell of the wonderful deeds that God had done, they didn't just mean that God did something awesome for me yesterday, but rather God, with my descent or my ancestors, He led them out of Egypt and did all these wonderful things, and they would call back to the many marvelous things that God had done over the years and over the centuries. And we can do that too. We can tell of those awesome things that God has done in our lives, but we can also tell of what He's doing in other people's lives and what He has done for all time. All of those amazing things, especially and most especially that He sent His Son, Jesus Christ, to save us. And these aren't stories that we should tell just once. Sometimes we're like, oh, I've heard that story before. Yes, and let's hear it again. Let's hear it again. I want to hear that story. I want to hear the story of Jesus Christ. I want to hear the story of what He's doing. And we can do that when we are giving thanks to God. As we are praising Him, as we are praying to Him, we can tell of His wonderful deeds in our prayers and then in our conversations with others. What an amazing way to give thanks to God. Amen. Amen. I'll see you tomorrow.